Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are y'all? Y'all good?
We good. I'm good, man. Just
Gucci.
got back in, flew right in, come straight to the studio.
That's how you go. That's Tupac.
goes.
That's Tupac.
How it goes. Boom.
You gotta keep it moving.
We have something to celebrate today.
What are we celebrating?
Today's our 10th episode.
What?
Today's our
10th
10th episode.
Let's go.
Number 10.
We done spent thousands of dollars right now. Happy 10th episode, guys.
10th episode. Like, okay, so wait. I know this is pretty like, what's the word? Whatever. But I know I'm trying to figure out what to say. Like, what's the best moment? Even though it's only been 10 episodes, so I don't want to seem like so like.
Oh, what's the best episode? You mean like
so far?
What's our best moment?
Exactly.
What's our best moment so far? Well, you
what
guys,
your favorite moment is?
Well, you guys could
y'all
chime
could weigh
in and weigh in the comments. But I feel like our best moment is when we found out that you was low key gay.
Yeah.
When you kissed that guy and you liked it.
No, but the best part though was the way that you were trying to like stick up for me and be nice about it.
I'm very
and
diplomatic
then she was
as a
like,
person.
she was like, "Nah, fam, you gay."
Yeah, but I bet you she changed her tune when they got in her comments. They were like, "You homophobe."
No, I don't care. I don't care because you want to know why? She knew what she was doing. And when I watch, like, this is the thing. It'd be so funny, like when we're in talking the conversation and you see the clips online, you'd be like, she knew exactly
set you up.
She set you up. That's what she did. She said, she was like,
No, but you can't set me up. I'm a willing participant.
No,
I want to be saying crazy shit.
She gassed you. I'm gonna tell you how she gassed you in that clip. You got to rewatch it.
The white guy is never gonna say that I manipulated him. He is because he's smart. He is kind and he is important.
Look, she's trying to do it right now.
She's doing it
gaslight me right now.
She's doing it right now. That's what's so funny. I'm looking at it. I'm
Let
like,
nobody tell you otherwise.
No, you're right.
she giggling in the back. I'm like, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
She knew I was gonna say something.
No, what happened was you said, that's not gay, right? I said, no, that's not gay. You're a heterosexual male. And I like gave it to you.
And then I was like, yeah, I am.
And I'm like, I know dang well she's not and does not believe that herself.
You don't know what I believe. Don't talk for me, hunty. Okay, how about that? Wait, so how was Thanksgiving? It was dope. We missed you.
Yeah, I know. But shit, I miss y'all.
Yeah.
I was watching clips from y'all shit. Y'all doing fucking TikTok dances and fucking busting out and like having a good time. I was like, shit, I missed out.
We had fun. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what else we did? We had one of those family conversations where everyone had a little bit too much to drink. And then
y'all got into the racy topics?
Yeah, and we just started talking about.
I know racy talk about childhood
trauma. Everybody started talking about you did this to me, and then the other person like, you did this to me, and the other person like, you did this to me.
All the secrets are coming out.
We was like, God damn, it was a lot. It was a lot of accountability in our family.
Yeah.
It was good though. It was dope.
You got to hold people accountable for the shit that they did.
At a certain point, you got to say it. Like you got to say it. First of all, you never give them a chance to apologize if you don't say how you felt.
If you don't bring it to light.
100%.
Right. So if you can't say they should have known if you didn't take the steps to just be like, you know what? You really effed up when you did X, Y, and Z and see, where that goes. Did
anybody say something crazy about y'all?
Oh yeah, well, it's like this, right? I'm gonna talk shit about my mama. She gonna talk shit. So
I don't talk crap about you.
You don't?
No. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm just sorry to do that, to like stop you or whatever. But the reason why I don't, and that goes for both parents anymore, is because I realize that you guys are just people. And you tried your best. So
look at that, shedding some wisdom on
that's it.
I'm
I think some of us tried harder than others.
Dad.
Some of us tried harder than others. Some of us was able to live their best life for a really long time, and I'm just coming home from my 26-year bid, but I ain't gonna say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Some of us tried harder than others. That's
Thanksgiving happened again all of a sudden.
No, but it was
people point fingers.
But it was really good to have the conversation because you knew who was gonna be accountable and who didn't, and the ones that didn't, you can make a educated decision in dealing with them going forward. So it was really, I felt full. Yeah. Like I feel like that's what happens when you're around family. I'm around friends all the time. Most times I'm around comedians, and you get that full from comedians because everybody's laughing and you ain't got to be the center. But my family's like that too. My family has like a bunch of character to them also. So but you know how you feel when you're around comedians or when you're around regular people, and regular people be like, well, go ahead and dance, and you be like, okay, funny, right? But you don't have to do that around comedians. I felt so full around my family this time, and everybody stay here.
So did y'all then argue though? You and the family?
No, we did argue. People were crying like this.
Y'all were arguing that much?
It wasn't
I didn't cry.
arguing. It was we were airing our dirty laundry. So we were saying the things that we all needed to say, and that nobody. Well, we normally say them in anger, so nobody hears what you're saying.
Right. Or to one person, not to everyone. Like you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
it felt,
I get
you know
that.
what it felt like? It felt like I think what
group
therapy
session?
would be.
Yeah,
I felt like what group therapy would be. And then my niece, her boyfriend came, right? And
Was that his first time meeting everybody too?
No.
Well, basically, it was his first time here.
Ah, shit.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It was.
That's how much she don't care about your ass.
He's
Avery, shout out to Avery.
He's came to a barbecue. Remember?
Okay, but it was the first time he got to know us.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was looking like, oh shoot, okay, wow.
It was like me, like when you guys start arguing sometimes and I do the ping pong ball.
It was like that, but till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
We didn't go to sleep till 4 a.m.
Damn.
But we
As
got
a
it all
group?
out.
Did everybody stay here too?
Everybody stayed. Everybody
dope.
stayed, and then we did a. They came to my comedy show at the Stand. Shout out to the Stand. And it was table for 14. It was dope.
Damn, that's dope.
It was a good time. I
That's
feel so
hella dope.
full. I
Fuck
feel like
yeah.
being with family, if you can get to a space where y'all could be honest about stuff and just celebrate your differences and be like, all right, that's not how I think.
Yeah.
And keep it moving. It was dope. It was such a good experience.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, that's crazy. I was just thinking, now that we say this, I think I do be getting set up a lot. Because, like, my dad set me up and I took the bait at Thanksgiving and it caused a huge argument.
Yeah, did you punch him in the face again?
No. Nah, he didn't catch his knee this time.
Yeah, what happened? He hit you?
No. I'm saying this time he didn't catch the knee.
What did he do?
No, he just set me up with, like, something. We were, like, all talking about something. I can't even remember. He said, so he goes, that's what he did. He brought up politics. He goes, well, how do you guys feel about this and this? Everybody knows.
He
should be talking
knows
about
how
that.
y'all feel about
Yeah,
it. Right.
he knows how everybody feels about everything. And our family's like very diverse. Some people to the left,
This your
some
dad or
people
your
to the right.
stepdad?
No, my dad.
Okay.
And like his family, and so he brought this shit up, and then of course everybody tried to have like a civil conversation, but yet again we
It
were
got
drinking
heated.
too.
Right.
So then everybody got heated. And then me and my girl started arguing because she wouldn't stop talking. She kept like running over people, like talking. So then we get
Because she was trying to be a liberal in a den of Republicans.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, she was in the den.
She was like, war. Like she had to. She had no choice. God.
She's smart too, man. So like she can, she can argue with motherfuckers. So like you ain't just gonna say some stuff and she's not gonna fact check you. So like so I'm trying to get her to like stop talking so much though. So like, so then we start kind of bickering. And then the next day I woke up, I was, this motherfucker got us.
He got y'all.
Yeah, he
And
got
you know
me like
what?
the same way you got me. Yeah.
No, but I don't get you.
No, yeah.
I'm just trying to get us some good conversation.
Some good
And then
clips.
shut up, okay? I don't know what's wrong with your face.
Trying to
Fix it.
No, I
Fix
just
your
know you be trying to
fucking
get
face.
him.
No, I don't. But no,
It's
I don't.
okay.
But he did get you, and
got
that's
me.
messed up because that's how my mom is. My mom is very like she'll do a little and then she'll see what happens,
And then just sit back because that's what he
It's-
did.
Right.
He said
it's
this,
like start the fire and watch
and
it
then
burn.
just sit back.
Right. So my mother wasn't able to do that this time. Yo,
Was she not here, or she was here?
here? She was pissed though. You could tell. She was like,
Trying to figure out,
how to do it, but it wasn't
Yeah.
getting done because everybody's being honest. And the only time that can happen is when you haven't had the conversation with your dad. You need to
Facts.
have a conversation with him. First of
No.
all, you have to tell him you're messing up generations because
Yeah.
that is the only 2 times a year we get together. That's what
Yep.
we gonna do.
Yep.
And you did that.
And it woke up my little nephew, and he was crying because he heard me and Amanda arguing. So, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was one of them things where I was like, this motherfucker
But he
got us.
messed. But think about it, not just y'all. So that's your generation. Then your nephew's generation. Like he gotta stop because
Yeah.
that's the thing about like the baby boomers, right? And I'm not gonna say it's just because it's mad Republican, racist ass Gen X. I don't know where y'all came because we did grow up on hip hop, but whatever. All of us was latchkey kids. Okay, but anyway, and so that's the thing about boomers. It's like they know what they could do, and then if they don't be accountable for it, they pretend like it didn't exist, and then everybody could be the monster because you have an opinion.
Yeah.
So that like, and not that you can't talk about politics at holidays, but holidays are for family.
Right.
The problem is
Yeah, it should be like celebrated, and y'all shouldn't be
Right.
arguing about dumb
Exactly.
shit
play
that don't
games,
matter anyway.
play
Yeah.
they do the stuff so that the kids can know the different generation.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening for America, I think this is happening. I feel like we all just sit there and watch news. They consume news. I don't mean me because I'm a comedian and I'm trying to feel things
relevant.
a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I am relevant. Don't play with me. So listen, yo, you mad, disrespectful. Don't try to be mad because I get you. Like step your mental game up. Okay.
See what my dad did.
Right.
Starting the car.
Right. So that part. So they consume all this news, and then they're like little like news commentators, like, the right-wing Republican and Donald Trump did. But what about our family? This is our family time. It's like your views are your views, but what about this time? And we got to do a little bit better, America.
Well, at least y'all got to some bottom of some shit though, and actually had some like relevant and like good talks. We just fucking arguing the whole time.
Yeah, but y'all will, because this is the thing, right? When you experience a little bit of freedom, you tell somebody about it, and then they be the change, and then you be the change agent. So when you go next time, you have it. I had it all set up. Let me tell you, I had a photo shoot set up. We was going out. Like, we were not going to just sit here and get crazy. We were going to have a structured, fun time, and that's what happened.
That's how you got to do it.
I actually didn't even think about it like that. That's probably why it went so well, because you had like a plan and stuff.
Yeah.
A plan that also like everybody was excited about, but also like wasn't able to deviate from.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool too. I also want to say, when we were having that conversation after Thanksgiving or whatever, it was so beautiful to see people supporting each other and finding out things that we didn't even know about certain people or how they felt, or you know what I mean? And then, because sometimes you be in your own world, you're not thinking of everybody or how someone is or what's going on with them in their own personal life.
You're too busy to focus on your own shit.
But you can't blame me for focusing on my own stuff.
No, of course.
But that's the thing too, like especially like us kids and stuff, I feel like we've seen so much craziness, or not even craziness, but like just different interactions that we weren't comfortable in, so we just kind of embedded ourselves in our silence.
Suppress that shit. So it was
good to see people that were silent. About how they really felt.
Were you speaking up? Because I know you be like suppressing shit.
You said you can't get me, you gonna get her. You gonna get somebody. Somebody gonna get going today.
No. Yeah. I definitely got to speak about things that were but also I felt like the way that I move, if I see like someone else is really like needs to get something out, like one of my cousins, she really needed to get some stuff out. I'm just gonna be supportive through that aspect. Like, I didn't really have anything to say, but I felt her on certain things, so I'm gonna protect, how she feels or whatever. So that is what I was doing. But like, I feel like with my family and stuff, everybody's pretty cool and nice to me. Like, I was the youngest, so like I never really felt so
she was
out
the
of
princess.
Place. Yeah.
Right.
No, but you have your trauma.
Of course, but it wasn't with the entire family. It's probably like just in my immediate house.
Just me.
Yeah.
No. Oh my God.
And he was just in the background like, fuck my mom.
No.
No, she's my bestie.
She turned white.
No, she's my
white
bestie.
anger.
But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I didn't really have that much to say. I was just there to be an open person to listen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Probably should have said something, but
you can say it now on the podcast, because
Nah,
what happens?
Get that shit out right now.
You gotta air
Let's
it out,
get a
because
clip
what
from
happens
it.
is not just a clip. Oftentimes, sometimes you listen to stuff on social media and it's kind of life changing.
Okay, all right. So I feel like sometimes I be like suffering from like depression and stuff. So when I be going through those things, I sometimes like, suppress all my feelings just because I don't want to feel like I am imposing myself onto others, because people do that to me all the time. So like I have like a personality where people want to talk to me and tell me things that I've never asked about, or even, so like when people do that to you, you sometimes feel like a little bit like, I don't want to do that to somebody else because I know how that makes me feel. But like, I'm going to therapy now so I could talk to somebody else so she can actually hear it, which I think is helping a lot.
Honestly though, you know what that's called? It's called bandwidth. That's something that bandwidth. So like, you only have a certain amount of bandwidth that like you can like an energy that you can give to people at any certain time. You know what I mean? Like, and so if you use that up, man, and then people be coming to you like, oh God damn, I want to listen. I want to hear you and be here for you, but I also don't have the energy. To
I
do
don't
that
got
right
no
now.
more.
Yeah.
Right.
So to hire somebody and get like a therapist and shit like that, that's always like good. And I know like, especially where I come from, people don't believe in it. And I know like sometimes the black community's like, with
but
like
now it's
therapy
different.
and shit like that. Really?
It's a little, hell yeah. The internet has changed so many lives as it relates to mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after the pandemic, people like,
All right,
yo, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it's good though. Like people should, because like when you find somebody else that can like sit there and you pay them and they have to listen to your shit, and you don't feel like you're like, pushing that shit off onto other people. Like it's a lot better.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I don't like to push off my problems to other people.
Yeah.
Because I don't like people do that to me.
So, but why you accept people doing it?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I do not know.
Right? So
She wanted to have an answer there. She was
No, I don't know. I always let people do but that's the thing.
shit. You got me.
That's so true, because I always let people do that to me, and it's like this thing I need to build up. Like, that's so crazy, because my therapist literally spoke about it. She was like, she was like, well, maybe we should add putting up boundaries, and I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? But that makes sense now, like
right,
putting up
because if you
boundaries,
can't
and
do
I have
it,
people do that to you. But I just feel like also like I'm really empathetic. Like if you tell me some crazy stuff,
but so what?
I'm always gonna be like, oh my god.
But what's empathy if you feeling depression? You know what I'm saying? Like people be saying like, because I'm like an empath and I'm great. Yeah. But if it's killing you, what are you saying?
You gotta be more empathetic towards yourself and be like, I don't have the bandwidth.
Stop
for this
telling
right
me your business.
Yeah. So stop talking to me about anything.
I can't take it anymore. I'm going to rip each track out. Please stop.
Yo,
you gotta stop.
The funniest shit, dude? When I first started getting therapy, I went to and I had this black woman.
But what made you go to a therapist, first of all? What happened?
Well, I mean,
he's asking just a lot of questions.
I'm sorry.
Let him go.
No, that's fair.
Let's write it down.
So hold on. So I go and like I went to this black woman and I sat down and it was just stuff from childhood. It was like, my parents got divorced, like white problems.
No, it's kid
like,
white problems. My parents got divorced.
No, but I'm saying,
torn.
yeah, really? Shit. And Nia, damn, she really coming out on this episode. She fucking, no, that's good. Speak your truth.
She was. Queen. She was like, I don't want to be divorced. I was like, nigga, neither do I. Good.
They killed the whole family. No, so I sit down and like I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like I get enough time with my dad and all this stuff, and I realize I'm looking over at this black woman. I'm like, I was like, my life's so hard. It's like, you know what I mean? And then I realized I'm like, oh, she definitely know what I mean. She know about the struggle.
Yes.
Sitting here sounding like a little bitch.
You wasn't though.
No.
And that's the other piece. You wanted more time with your father, and he fucked up Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Got you arguing with your
You know
bitch.
what you should have did when he started arguing with Thanksgiving? I saw his clip, and his white boy. He flipped the table.
Oh, I saw that. That is the
Do
funniest
not flip the table
I've ever seen. He started throwing pies at people.
He threw
everything. You got that on camera. Yeah, that shit was funny as fuck.
It's hilarious.
No, because the father's like, you're like a disgrace to the family, and he's like, he was like, I'm not a part of the family. I'm not a part of the family, Dad.
You can see he did that little thing where you.
Oh, exactly.
He did your white rage.
He
flipped the table.
He flipped the whole table. All the food fell.
Yeah.
Everything.
That shit was funny as fuck.
But he probably needed to do that because his father was playing with him.
But that's why you need to have these conversations. Like you really need to have these conversations.
Definitely.
Therapy.
No, I mean, I would get like mad depressed and like go into like a whole. It's not like a regular depression. I know that much. I'm like smart enough to know that like people talk about being depressed all the time, but they can go out and like do stuff. I've had stuff where I can't get out of bed, like type depression.
Yeah.
And so.
For how many days though?
Sometimes usually it lasts one, but sometimes it would be multiple.
One day that ain't no depression. You just had a bad day, motherfucker.
No, but it was like time where I went through. I think when I was getting divorced the first time, I think I had like a day where or not a day, like probably 3 or 4 days like in a row where I just didn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Didn't shower, didn't do anything. It's like crazy.
That happened to me when I got divorced too.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think that we, like as society, we put so much importance on just the romantic relationships that when romantic relationships don't work out, we act as if our whole life died. And it's
No, that's how it feels.
But it feels like that because we make it so important. Like a sister and brother relationship, a mother and father relationship, we don't put the same emphasis on that. And I just wonder why. You know what I'm saying? I just wonder why. Because a breakup could cost you your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for real. And like your life significantly changes completely. You know, like there's a lot of times your friends are their friends. All of a sudden your family is their family. And like once that's gone, like you have to almost like reinvent yourself. Right. It's crazy. Especially, if you've been together with somebody for a long time. So,
well, both of you guys have been divorced, so you don't think that it's just a little bit different?
And we're going to pass this down generationally
breakup?
To you.
I mean, I hope
You're
I
next.
never get divorced. I don't. I mean, I hope not. I don't know.
Chances are.
Yeah.
Nah, I really hope not.
Statistically speaking,
you know what's so
you
crazy?
got a good chance, girl.
If you came from a divorce, you normally get divorced
because you
My
feel like
parents
that's
are
an
divorced.
option. But that's the thing. That is true.
But you a stalker. You be like, they can't leave. You ain't gonna know it. No options.
Sign this paper right here.
I don't know. I feel like my generation is just a little bit different because I feel like my emphasis on marriage is really not there anymore.
Really?
You know.
Yeah, I feel like the younger generation don't really be fucking
just because like
you got too many options.
You think that's the reason y'all got too many options?
Everything's at the tip of their fingers.
So I think I got options. I don't use them just because they're available. Don't mean you want to use them.
No, but they do.
These people use options. Like you gotta know who you're dealing with. Like these people love options. It's so accessible to meet someone, do something. You can have a plethora of bitches, and none of them know each other about it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just totally different.
No, it was the same
bitches,
thing.
That should be our swag.
Plethora of bitches.
I have a plethora of.
That's a new merch.
Like, come on now. I'm just saying. Like,
but my thought is. Like, that was the same thing in my generation and his generation, too. We have options. Everybody has options. We probably had the same amount of options. We lived in a condensed space, and everybody
did not have the same kind of options.
I don't think so because I think...
Well, I mean, I couldn't meet anybody from Africa and go get flown out.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't have those same kind of options.
Oh, you sick. You done got a cold from your damn nephew.
That smelled like phlegm.
That I felt it inside your your body. Yeah, it was rattling a little bit. And you know you sick. You sitting here sick.
I'm not sick. No, I'm not sick.
You said he was on the plane.
Nobody.
No, I'm not sick. I literally am just hungover. Last night I was fucking drinking my ass.
But why were you drinking? I thought y'all was trying to have a baby and you were gonna not partake.
No, I'm back.
Don't
now.
put his business on the street, Mom.
We talked about it on the podcast. What did he talk about? We all know this.
Yeah, no, your boy's back. Your boy's back to shooting
just because
infertile loads.
Because your father was talking about Donald
my father
Trump.
fucking brought me back down. I said, you know what? We ain't having kids.
No.
We infertile again.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Don't let him do that to you.
I'm actually trying to
If you do
slow
fight
down
your
drinking.
dad, though, again, make sure you're recording.
I love that it's a possibility now. It's like what we're talking about with divorce. You're just like, it's a possibility. It's been there before. Y'all done it before. Why not?
If you fight your dad, just make sure you get it on camera.
So you went to therapy because you were getting divorced. So you did that before.
Yeah.
So who talked you into going, or you just said?
Did. Of course, she's like, you need therapy.
Who's she?
Like, my ex.
Oh.
She was like, you need to go to therapy. I was like, bitch, you need to go to therapy.
Yeah, I said it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
You need therapy. No, bitch, you need therapy.
Yeah, I was like, get out of here.
Did you guys go together like a couple?
No. I just did my own individual shit.
Oh, I did couple therapy.
Really?
How was that?
How was couples therapy? It was okay. We were going. It was good because it was a white man. He was like really big, like football player kind of guy.
You were trying to smash?
No, he was being really dumb. But he was being really like, he wasn't intimidated. Right? He wasn't intimidated, which was so dope because he was like getting to some good stuff. And then we were like having date night. We were like.
Was it one of those things where he was holding your ex more accountable and you're like, yeah, tell him?
It was both.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me,
See, that's why I was scared
I'm real
couples.
tricky my shit. Nobody calls me out. By the time somebody called me out, they done figured out all the diabolical shit. They be like, gotcha, bitch. I be like, all right. I'm sorry.
All right, fine.
All right, you're right.
You're right.
That.
You're always 4 steps ahead.
I try to think at least 2. But But
Same.
what happened was, it was like my ex-husband, you know, you got to be on the same page when you fucking marry. My ex-husband thought our problems stemmed because he didn't have any money anymore. And he was like not working because he had a job, and then he tore his ACL or something like that, playing football. And then it was good because the therapist was like, you're a man with 2 children, you think you should be out there playing football? Like, think about that. I was like, yeah, think about that. That was good. But then
idiot.
But then when my ex-husband got like a job or whatever, and financially he was like, I don't need to go no more. Because I guess he was just
all
going.
his shit stemmed from See, it is interesting because that's what
some men stems from
people don't
money.
realize. Like mental health, there's a lot of components that go with mental health. And like the reason, I don't even know if people know this on the podcast, but like I talk about it and know about all this stuff like because I work for a mental health organization. Okay. So like I'm pretty familiar with all this shit. But like anyway, there's like pillars of like mental health, and it's not just like trauma that can have. Like what else can like set stuff off is like not having a job.
Right. Social triggers.
So yeah, social. There's so many different pillars that like go into like having what they call wellness, mental wellness, that like you can't just like when you go to the therapist or whatever, you can't just like say, oh, well, I just have this trauma, and once I'm done with this trauma, then I'm good. Right. That's why it is encouraging you should go to therapy like often, because there's a lot of times that you don't gonna find that balance all the time. I
was in therapy for 8 years. It's a long time, right? Jesus. I was in because I needed therapy to get me to, because I was like so depressed, right? I was so depressed and I was really mean. And
you mean? No.
Oh yeah, yo. Am I mean? No, I'm nice. Yeah, I was way worse, yo. Way worse. I'm nice mean. Now. I mean, I try to be. I have an inner rage that I just be holding.
That white rage?
No, it's like she white. She got blonde hair, blue eyes. That bitch is crazy. She's like children of the corn. She got black nails. She crazy. That my inner.
She's like Carrie.
You got
from
your own
the movie
inner
with
Karen.
The
she can turn. No, she's way worse than Karen. She's Keisha.
Keisha the
a white lady named Keisha.
That ain't she definitely complains to the manager.
There's a white lady named Keisha.
Yeah. I'm sure there is.
But anyway,
Rachel Dolezal.
No, her name's Rachel. That's how that works. No, so I went for a long time, but it needed, like, I had to go to therapy to even get divorced. Like, and I was like, just being a single mom. I never wanted to be a single mom because I was raised by a single mom. Then I was like afraid of boyfriends. I learned a lot of stuff. Dr. Glassman, shout out to Dr. Glassman. I learned a lot of stuff from my white Jewish lady therapist, and we kind of grew together because she was probably like fresh out of school when we started, and because it was at a point she was kind of like, shit, we should write a book. And then I was like, oh, and she was like, wait a minute, no, maybe we shouldn't. And so
isn't that like patient confidentiality? Like,
but it was like, because we went through so many steps, and she like introduced me to meditation. She introduced me to a lot of stuff. So it wasn't just cognitive behavioral therapy. It was also, you know, a little bit of spirituality in it. It was a good time. And then you grow out of it, and then you say, I think I'm gonna go on my own.
And then you realize, oh shit, I shouldn't have ever left that.
I mean, I could have left it. I feel like you get better in time. And I feel like at a certain point, like anything else, you always drink tequila. Eventually, your body adapts to it and you need to change. And I feel like that's the same thing with healing. I feel like when you are healing and on your healing journey, sometimes it's going to be dance. Sometimes it's going to be water. Sometimes it's going to be alcohol. Sometimes it's going to be shrooms. Sometimes it's going to be love. Sometimes it's going to be a whole bunch of things. But you're going to go through those phases of whatever your journey takes you to the ultimate healing. I feel like that's how it is. So I did my time in therapy, and I was gonna try to go back again.
Like it's jail.
But I did my time. But I did do my time in therapy because it was time. Because it was like every fucking day was like a new awakening. I would have to walk from her office back to my office because I had to process all the stuff. But I was traumatized on so many levels. Like my dad wasn't there. My mother and me had a really bad relationship. My ex-husband was really like narcissistic. I had 2 kids. That wasn't like an easy thing. And I had a lot of different things going on at one time. So I needed that long. Like my friends used to be like, I think that you should stop. like I didn't need it anymore. But
is that your phone?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
ringing?
You were just yelling at her
last
your
episode.
Phone
ringing?
Yeah, she was yelling at her last time.
I'm sorry, my bad. But I went through a lot of like different state, and I'm not saying I don't think you ever get healed, and I think that that's what it is with therapy. Eventually, you understand that this is my work. and I got to do it. And as long as I stay on it for the most part, then it's going to come to whatever I need it to be. But it is my work. And but I needed to know that with that, because I couldn't even I was so low key. I was afraid of my ex-husband. Like I was afraid of not being covered by the street security. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Right.
You didn't have the backing.
I didn't have the backing. It's like leaving war, but then staying staying in
PTSD.
What do you call that thing? Staying in Korea, or staying in Germany. Like the war is over. You're like, I'm gonna chill here. I'm gonna chill here. Are you crazy?
That's all I know.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
I get that. Let me ask you this: when you got out and when you were in therapy and you got out of your marriage or whatever, did you know it was the right thing, that it was over and that you were ready to go into the next chapter, or were you scared as fuck?
I was scared as fuck, and I wasn't ready. I just knew that I was never gonna be ready, so I had to do it. Cause I was waiting to not feel love anymore, but that's not what it's about.
Right.
It's like love can stay forever. It's not about not feeling love. It's
you
about
always love the person.
Well, I mean, not everybody, but you know what I'm saying?
Not that motherfucker.
So. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying not everybody. But I feel like what was happening is I was waiting to stop feeling those feelings, but I was gonna feel those feelings anyway, because those feelings, and I learned in therapy, was past him. That longing was for my dad, and I just contributed that shit to this motherfucker. Yeah. And then you know that
evolutionary trauma.
Yeah, that's what that you said. Evolutionary trauma. That diagnose me. Evolutionary trauma is what I was experiencing. So right. So
they actually did a study on that recently. They said that trauma can be passed down genetically too.
I think I passed down some trauma to my children.
Yeah.
I feel like my children.
We need to get a BetterHelp, so we should go right into like an ad. BetterHelp after
BetterHelp.
this.
Y'all need to download BetterHelp.
Yeah,
we gonna because
that's our new. We need to reach out to BetterHelp about a sponsorship.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
It's really important to be transparent about these things, because people are suffering at home like it's just them, and it's not. Right. We post the best things online, and it's the city girl, I'm a bad bitch season, all that stuff. But actually, we all human, and we have all these insecurities like that. That's always going on. This girl had the most perfect joke in the whole world that I heard recently about mental health. She was like, she went to the therapist, and the therapist said that it was going to cost her $350, and then she was like, so now I treat my mental health like I do my car. Like I know it's some noises I'm not supposed to be hearing.
That's good as fuck. That's really good.
That's good as fuck, but I'm going to just keep riding it out and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I guess when shit blow up.
That's a good ass analogy.
I was cracking up when I heard that shit.
Yeah.
Not my joke, but that was dope. Shout out to the young lady that. She did that.
Well, that is our BetterHelp section. That I feel like people relate to this shit, man, because everybody be going through this shit to a degree.
What made you go to therapy?
I'd say like just feeling depressed. I mean, I don't know. Like I know, but I feel like I already said it already. Like it's just different. Like sometimes you feel like. Or I feel like I sought after a therapist because I felt like I wasn't able to help myself. And there's some questions that I needed to be answered that I know that I couldn't help. And I didn't want to tell anyone because I didn't feel comfortable. I have a really, 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 really hard time being vulnerable with people off the bat. It's not that I'm testing people or whatever to test me being able to be vulnerable with them. I just need to know who I'm dealing with and know that my feelings are
justified. Not
justified, but they are safe. So if I don't feel safe, I'm not going to do those certain things. So I felt like the only way, other than talking to my mom or like my sister, or my mom or my sister. Other than that, I was like, well, I don't really want to. Sometimes the thing is, too, when you talk to your mom about things, I don't want to scare her. And that be the thing, too. Like, I don't want to scare her. Because sometimes we have all these different types of thoughts. But sometimes, like, she's my mom. So she's obviously going to, like, be like, are you okay? Like, she's the type of mom to literally, if I'm not getting out of bed, she'll wait by the door
Yeah.
Like she's that mom. So like she's always gonna be there. So I was like, I need to try to figure out how to basically work through it, but I couldn't do it myself. So I just reached out to someone that
Well,
could
see that, but also
help
too,
me.
it's important to know too, like
And I've done it
parents,
before.
friends, and motherfuckers that ain't professionals. It's different when you see a professional who can like sit down with you and really get to the core root of like what the issue is. Not being like, oh, let's go get some drink. You talk to your mom or your friends and be like, oh yeah, let's go get some drinks and talk about it. Y'all be talking about shit, and then all of a sudden go off into something else. You're not really getting to the root core of like the
And
problem.
when you talk to people, they want to communicate whatever they going through too.
Exactly, and that be the thing.
Therapy
too,
gets to be your show.
It's very much one-sided.
Yeah.
Like somebody just listening to
you the comedian, you the sole act.
Like, one
You the
audience
headliner.
and then
Yeah.
And another thing.
And I just wanted to, it's about to be a new year. I didn't want the same energy or the same da-da-da. And like recently I stopped talking to someone, so that was like kind of like a thing too. But like
Your mom gonna say his name?
no,
she's damn sure not
never
gonna do that.
She'd be narking out everybody else, but not this motherfucker.
No, that is what it is. Because it's more than just that. It's just like I needed to talk to someone that can be able to really hear me on a level where I don't feel like I have to coddle their feelings as well and not be 100% honest because I'm nervous about how the person will take what I'm saying. And also, I have dealt with a lot of people that I've been vulnerable with them after being cautious about being vulnerable with them, and they throw it back in my face. I've had that happen to me more than once, and that's like the worst thing ever. Especially because I don't do that to other people.
Right.
I don't expect people to do that to me, but I realize that people they're gonna do whatever to you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of them people, not in a bad way.
Throw people's vulnerability in front of them.
I noticed that, and it was I had to stop doing that, man, because I remember I realized sometimes I would like people would tell me shit, and I put that shit in like a file in the back of my head. And if someone ever fucked with me, like during arguments or like, cause at the table, like if you like the lunch table and shit, everyone's making fun of everyone. I was that guy who would go too far and they'd be like,
you'd be like, that's why your mom died?
Yeah, that's why your mom, blah, blah. And they'd be like, oh shit. I'd be like, God damn, this motherfucker is an animal.
But you know why, right?
Because I was hurt. Hurt people.
Right, you felt something down deep in your spirit that knows that you always have to have a trump card.
Yes.
You got to have a trump card because you know somebody.
I had to have that
Donald.
Donald.
You had to have Donald in your pocket because you know that you always felt that somebody's going to come for you.
I'm glad you don't do that anymore because doing that
that's
there.
That's toxic.
Yeah.
But he's a Gemini though.
Sure.
That's my end.
He will turn.
Yeah.
No, I know my best friends are Gemini. They're crazy.
Yeah.
They're literally crazy.
You're right. No,
like they're literally crazy, but like one thing I will say is that they're loyal and they always like they know when something's up. Like they
get the job done too.
Yeah, they can sense it. They know when something's up. Like my best friend, she'll literally be like, "Something's wrong. Like, are you okay?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I feel like I'm acting normal, but I think it's just different. So like, I love Geminis, but y'all are crazy.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
And y'all be making up scenarios in your head and really running with it.
But because they be making up
fights
18
people and arguments
they
in the
making
shower.
18 scenarios because they want to see how it's gonna turn out.
Yep.
You know what it is? They get bored easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when it's boring, then they gonna make the drama.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got the best advice.
I've been very sorry. Go ahead.
I got the best advice with dealing with a Gemini. Shout out to Shep Kelly. She said, with Geminis, you could see the show or you could be the show.
That's true.
Which choose.
That's true. Yeah.
You could be like
choose your player.
Choose your player.
Choose your player. That part.
So let's like pan away from this conversation just because
some topical stuff.
Yeah, let's do some topical stuff. So did any of you guys watch the AMAs?
No, I did not watch the shits. I don't watch any of them shits no more. I'm gonna be honest with you. None of the award shows.
So why'd you bring it up?
I be watching.
I'm sorry.
No, I brought it up because they canceled Chris Brown.
Oh,
okay.
She knows my guy. They tried to cancel my guy.
They canceled.
What the fuck happened? Why would they do that?
They canceled his MJ tribute performance 2 days before the show.
Why?
But why?
They basically said like it's like they didn't need him anymore. Like, you know how they try to switch narratives, whatever. But we know what this is about. Let it go.
You think that? No, they not.
No,
man paid for his sins.
He keeps paying for his sins. He's never gonna not be paid for what he did to Rihanna.
No, wait a minute. He has done award shows before. So why now? Why not give it to him now? That don't make sense.
No, he hasn't.
He has done.
Not on. Not
we don't know because we don't watch
or AMAs or nothing like that.
He hasn't.
Not like a tribute type of performance. Like the last tribute performance he did was with
Michael Jackson actually.
But that was with BET.
Yeah, but that was I'm saying.
Oh, so
that was a long time
They were just
ago.
trying to remix BET.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb.
They gotta let it go.
That's so
They
fucking
gotta let it
dumb,
go.
dude.
No,
It's annoying.
It's annoying.
Why
but-
should you have to pay for your sins after they already nailed you to the cross as something that you did when you were like 20 and he's like 30? Like that's crazy.
And we don't know what she did. So.
Well,
No.
I'm just joking.
The hell
I'm
you
kidding, I'm
talking
kidding.
about?
well,
You sound dumb as fuck.
well.
I mean, dumb as fuck.
Well, no. According to insiders and stories and stuff, she definitely started the fight, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter. They both shouldn't have been fighting each other at
But
all.
they started.
Either way.
But she started the fight because he was messing with Tina.
Turner?
You dummy. No, it was
apparently she.
Tina Turner was a bad bitch.
So he's paying for those sins. I don't know if that's the truth, but okay.
Why do you not feel like that's true? Why would somebody cancel a tribute performance 2 days before
Here's
the
the thing,
event?
though, why it's fucked up.
'Cause 2
too,
days
is
before the
motherfucker was-
event.
Did they keep the tribute? Did they do a tribute to
No,
Michael
they just
Jackson?
They canceled the tribute. No. They still did the tribute to Michael Jackson. They canceled his performance, and they also still gave him an award that night. But
Here's why that's fucked up. Here's why that's fucked up too. Because they go, hey, we'll still celebrate the pedophile, but the guy who hit a girl,
Whoa.
absolutely not.
Whoa, Michael Jackson is not
Allegedly.
a pedophile.
Allegedly.
Yeah, yo.
Allegedly.
You be
Put that
acting
out
white
there.
sometime, yo.
No,
What you talking
allegedly.
I don't even
he's a
want him to
pedophile.
say that on this show. No, he's not a pedophile.
about? Michael Jackson's not a pedophile.
Allegedly.
Well, so but
There's
no,
a lot of stories out there. I don't know if y'all heard.
There's a lot of
Out of
stories.
money.
There's a lot of stories out there, but
don't
there was a
believe white
lot
children.
of stuff that was like pulled back
Mm.
because people were trying to get him for his paper.
Off.
No, they was trying to get him for his paper.
I'm sure, but also too.
But I mean, we
can
don't
we
know.
agree he was also a weird fucking dude? Like
He-
holding kids
he's
out
a
the
genius.
window.
Because he's a genius. It was his kid.
Yeah,
You do what you want with your kids.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know what? You ain't wrong about that.
He paid for them kids fair and square.
Did
that-
Him and Debbie Rowe. You know who
Yeah.
Debbie Rowe was?
Yeah, that
His
was one of
first
his
baby
wife.
mama.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He was with Elvis Presley's daughter too.
Priscilla, right?
Priscilla. Yes.
Yeah.
So you know why?
Why?
So he can buy the masters.
Ah, really?
Yes.
He's genius.
He was a little genius. That was the
Damn.
problem.
Diabolical
So a lot of conspiracy theorists say that's why they hired somebody to kill Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson his ownership of the catalog was so ridiculous and he would not sell it.
Really?
And it wasn't his music. He owned the Beatles. He owned Elvis. He bought all these masters from one.
He
group
must
of
have
people.
knew motherfuckers were coming for him too, because he wasn't sleeping.
Okay, so you think that Michael Jackson is a pedophile?
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Do you think
And
that or you
no,
not
I do.
sure?
He used to
no,
sleep
he's
in-
just chatting. I don't
No,
think
no,
you
no,
believe
no.
that.
I really do believe that.
Do you really?
I do. Yeah.
Why?
What makes you believe it?
I think he had a lot of weird shit, man. He was like,
Don't hit
sleeping- He was like, no, I love. Listen, as I've said before, Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, my two favorite artists. So,
Uh-huh. So
you know,
what makes you think that he did?
there's a lot of weird stories that came out, man. Like he would like sleep with kids, like
So, 'cause
in
he
his
thought he was a
bed.
kid.
I understand that.
So that's still a little Asperger's.
That's still weird. That's weird.
That is
Well,
Asperger's.
no.
If we drop-
But
if we-
46, nigga.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. But this think about his whole life.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, let's think about it, 'cause
think
it's a
about
little
his
weird.
entire life. He's been a star since he was like probably like 6, right, or like 7, or right? I don't know when was Jackson 5. Someone should know.
I don't know.
It
That
was
was the
in the
70s.
60s.
Gen X,
Yeah.
you should know. Thank you.
He's not that old.
He was like 6.
Yeah, at least 6 or 7. You're famous that entire time of your life. You're Michael Jackson type of famous. Like you don't know what type of
What he had to go through.
goes through on your head.
No, I'm sure he went through some weird shit, but that's like justifying like that.
That he's
I
gonna
could
cause some weird shit.
Yeah, so then I can just say, well, Chris Brown went through a lot of shit. So what? He hit Rihanna, blah blah. Like I can just use.
Chris Brown was already held to the stake and lost a whole bunch of money over.
I
him being
agree.
Rihanna.
We agree on that. I'm just saying.
Did he go?
That happened
And
when he was
get-
19 years old.
Did he get therapy though?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he did. Yeah,
So
yeah.
Have you heard him
along.
beat somebody else lately? No.
Dudes probably they be getting fights a lot. Him and the crew, they bad boys. That's actually matter
are?
of fact. Yeah, they.
Someone invite him to Chris Brown's mansion. 'Cause that's what he's doing.
yeah,
Right,
I'll
he's
get
gonna
in
be-
bed with him like Michael Jackson.
You wouldn't have to. You'll be having like Chris Brown. I can see you like he be tattooing you. Y'all be sitting there like this. Like Chris, he'll write his new song on your inner thigh.
I'll be like
nice.
a fangirl over there.
Yes, that'd be nice. All right, okay.
Well, I have one more thing to talk about.
Yeah.
So
I don't like the
speaking of
domestic violence
pedophiles-
stuff. Like I don't think that I don't like that at all. And so I feel like even with the Chris Brown situation, I don't feel like he should, still be paying for his sins. I think that eventually you're supposed to just be forgiven and moving on. But I do think that the climate that we're in right now, where so many people are needing to be accountable for the things that they have done, it's like Chris, it's like you don't want to touch it, because at the end of the day, so many companies have turned a blind eye to so many things for so long that right now in this space, nobody wants to risk being associated with anything that could turn around and be like, mute the because the internet kills everything.
Yeah.
We say two things here.
Yeah.
Right? Even with like the Dave Chappelle thing, talking about Kanye. They were like, oh, now Dave's anti-Semitic. Like, you can't say nothing because
You
we're
can't
just
attach
so
yourself
hot
to nobody.
right now.
Yeah, because everybody trying to bring motherfuckers down and like you get caught up and
You
go down with
losing
them.
mad
Yeah.
money. Like, it's crazy. So it's just a little different now. We're just in a different environment. It's really walking on eggshells, kind of.
Well, speaking of Kanye, even though we love to talk about him, but I hate to talk about him because
We should call this podcast Speaking of Kanye.
yeah. Speaking of Kanye, him and his ex-wife's divorce is finally finalized, and he's ordered to pay $200K a month.
This bitch.
Keep paying my bills, and all I got is a
No, so he has to pay that per month, and he's still responsible to pay 50% of their children's tuition, schooling expenses, as well as their security.
So this is
You
crazy.
hit that great.
Because
She
Yeah,
nothing
she
but a
really
gold
shit. I
digger.
said this bit, and you went straight into that. That was perfect.
no, but
No.
you know what it is though.
Do you think that people should be having to pay child support? They that rich?
Kim is
Lit.
Kim is
You like him?
Kim is
Kim.
Kim. Okay, Kim is so smart.
Skims.
So smart. Let me tell you why. Because she had this little divorce thing in the works.
Mm-hmm.
She made him go crazy. So fucking Pete Davidson, that would make anybody go crazy. Have you
Yeah.
seen his penis?
Yeah.
Like, and then like, I don't care. My father will be like, yo, your mother's a hoe. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
if she was
yeah,
fucking Pete
yeah.
Davidson. So
He was still trying to take it back.
right. But he was still trying to take it back. But she went all to the left. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
And right before he went over the edge, she got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, he made that Adidas money. Next year is a different story.
Yeah,
But in
yeah,
this
yeah.
calendar year,
Yeah.
you and me make the same money, my dude. So now you're responsible for 50%. And that's always going to be a thing. So now what's going to happen is he's going to have to try to be taking her court to get modifications, trying to explain what his new money
You'll
is
have
like.
to hire a Jewish lawyer.
That's going to be hard.
And that's going to be tough, buddy. You already fucked up there.
Right. The Jews wouldn't be able to go to
Yeah.
Hanukkah if they represent
Yeah.
Kanye. So like that part, that's a whole thing. So she like really
Yeah.
played him. She's a
Yeah.
Libra though.
Yeah, she's smart. She's smart. She really
She did
smart.
what she needed to do.
I'm a Libra, you know that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the thing. But I'm not.
You didn't get
biased.
200K though.
I got $308, and I didn't even get that because he kept on trying to go back to court to get modifications. I didn't even know.
broke.
He-
Five broke.
You know
We
what
ain't got it.
because his money wasn't in. Wasn't like
No.
you couldn't count it, right? So that part, yeah. But I do feel, answering the question, I do feel that you're supposed to pay child support. You are responsible for half those
And they got
kids.
4 kids.
You're responsible for them.
4.
She knew what she was doing because 2 of them she didn't even have out her body.
She got more
3
money.
of them she didn't have out her
No,
body.
2. Just 2.
Two.
Just 2. Just the
Right.
last 2.
She's like, I'm not gonna mess up my body, but I am gonna mess up your finances because we
Yeah.
gonna get 4.
Yeah.
Right. That part.
Yeah, it's like her and
that's the thing. How do you
JP
get-
Morgan said,
and
let's get him.
She bust all them kids out in 10 years. That's crazy. 4 kids.
Why?
That was back to back.
But
back,
why?
Back to back.
Cause she wanted 4 kids.
Yeah.
Nobody wants 4 kids. I'm sorry. If
I
you
do.
the-
I didn't
if
even
you
know
the-
they
if
had
you the
4
fourth
kids.
Of the 4th kid, your parents did not.
This how much shit
they
I don't
wanted
know.
2 kids, and then they had 3.
If I was rich
Yeah.
like Kim K or whatever and like had like that type of lifestyle, I would have 4 kids.
You would have why?
I would have 4 kids because, like, just like a little village. Just like a little
You
village
want
of
a
kids.
village?
Yeah, especially if I had hired help. Yeah,
There's a thing going on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok that says when people
Shout out to TikTok. Why you gotta shout out to fuck TikTok?
Say that they have 10 or more kids. When you have like 8 and 10 kids, there's no way that you can give the kids the support that they need.
I never said 8.
Yeah,
I
you
just
make
want
them
4.
make them
But
little
4 is a
bastards
lot.
raise
The only
each
reason why
other.
I'm saying 4 is because, like, I want to have a boy, and I feel like our family, you have to have 2 girls before you get a boy.
Oh, right.
I really feel like that's always like
2 girls before you get a divorce, and then you get another dude, and then you get a boy.
First of all,
Well, I'm just saying, if you're gonna talk about our family dynamic, that's exactly how I went. For my sister, that's how I went for my mother.
And that's how it could have went for you.
But I was having abortions. Abortions! No. Get out of here.
Get up in there.
But yeah, like I would want to have like 4 kids. But I feel like that is not really realistic because also like with the financial stuff, like that's kind of a lot.
That's all kids are. Is
4
the fucking
kids is a
finance suck.
Would you have 4 kids?
Fuck no.
How many kids do you want?
2 max.
2 max. I wanted 1.
I want 1 too, but she's like, you can't have 1.
Yeah, you can't have 1.
You gotta if you have 1, you have to have another one.
Yeah.
Because
It's like a dog.
because only children are weird.
Can't have just 1.
Only children.
Yeah,
are
that's
weird.
true. No,
Now they're gonna be in the comments. No, y'all not. Y'all
No,
all right.
they
No,
know they're
y'all weird as fuck.
They
I'm
know
be
they're
honest
weird
with you.
because
What
you want
makes
to know
them
why?
weird?
You want to know why?
Because-
They never had nobody to complain to their parents about their parents too, and that's the greatest thing about siblings.
You got cousins.
No, that's the bet because your cousins don't really know what's going on in the house.
True.
When you have a sibling, you have siblings, so you know how that is. Like you know how it is to complain about your parents to your sibling.
Right.
If you don't have that, that's weird. You
Okay.
know? I love the fact that I have
She's still not sold, but she's like, okay.
Okay. I mean, I had a sister, but we didn't
Yeah.
get along at all. I mean, we get along way better now, but we didn't get along.
Me and my sister never got along either, but I feel like when you get older, that's the only way it works.
Trauma bonding, as we talked about earlier.
He want to say
I
full
don't even
circle.
think it's trauma bonding.
Full
I think
circle.
that me and my sister were just too far apart.
Uh.
Like we're 6 years apart.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
So when she's in high school, I'm like in 5th grade middle school. We have nothing in
True.
common.
True.
Yeah.
So what about this naming of the podcast, guys? What are we trying to do? Are we trying to
Oh
do
yeah,
Jen?
before we sign out, we got to figure this out, right?
Well, I think we need to change it.
All right. So our producer,
Max. Did you forget
Max.
his name or what happened
No.
there?
She don't know what she
yeah,
wants to
brain
say.
fart?
I didn't know what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
So yeah,
You know it's being recorded, so when you say, they saw it.
I was
Are
gonna
you
call
high?
him Matt. No, I was gonna call
Okay.
him Matt, and it's Matt and Max, so it's a lot of like back and
M's,
forth.
sure.
Yeah. So Max decided that he had a new name for us or like an idea, which is pretty cool. Could you say what it was?
Yeah, they won't really hear me, but it's from Gen X to Gen Z.
Okay, so he said it's from
Gen
Gen
X
X
to
to
Z.
Gen Z, but it just gives ecstasy. So like
Which I
From
like.
Gen X to Z,
Yeah, I like that.
ecstasy at the end.
X to Z.
X to Z.
Ecstasy.
From
ABC.
Gen
1, 2,
We
3.
know, but it sounds like
It'd be
ecstasy.
a number 2 Z.
Yeah.
Would you ever take ecstasy?
No.
Ooh,
sure?
it is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X2Z.
Right. So I don't understand.
That'd be dope
Tell me if you
merch,
like
actually.
X2Z. Come
That
in
is
our
dope,
DMs
actually.
and
Why don't
say
we?
if
We
you
gonna
like
have to
that.
change it. We got 10 episodes in. We're like, fuck it. Yeah,
We could change.
true.
We can do whatever we want to do.
You can actually make some dope merch with X to Z, probably.
Yeah.
All right, new podcast name.
She said,
Yeah.
see, say what she needs to hear.
Yeah.
What?
Merch.
Yeah.
Go ahead. New podcast name. What is
New
it?
podcast name. We're gonna write in the thing. Look. We're gonna write in the thing. Ecstasy.
X to Z.
Ecstasy.
The word ecstasy. Have I ever?
X2Z. Sorry.
Okay. Have I ever taken ecstasy? No. Would I know?
What
Why?
drugs have you taken?
I have taken
What?
weed.
What?
Weed.
Okay.
I have taken weed.
Had to make
like,
it crazy.
like it was a fucking
I've taken weed. I've
Dose?
like
What drugs have you
medical
taken?
everything. Except
everything.
everything
You
except
taken
the hard shit.
You took heroin.
No.
Okay.
The hard shit.
Heroin.
No heroin, no crack, no
meth.
none of that kind of
I'm
shit.
surprised at the last one.
Yeah. But actually,
You've never
the
had
one that
meth?
I haven't done.
You have meth.
No, I don't. Believe it or not.
You know how to cook it?
Yeah.
I know it.
All right. Well, this is a fun episode.
This was
All
a fun
right.
episode.
You got anything else you want to plug?
New merch coming soon,
New
apparently.
merch is definitely coming soon, but like, no, I don't.
But
have
add
anything
your
right now.
friends to the podcast. Suggest it, please, guys. And we'll see you next time. I think that we all should say the new podcast name individually just to make sure we got it. So
All right.
you go first because I don't remember.
X to Z. Gen X to Z.
From X to Z.
Oh, that's what you want to call it, from X to Z.
X to Z. From Gen X to Z.
No, actually, you could probably take out the Gen.
From
though.
Gen.
You could from X to Z. I don't think people would maybe understand it as much, but like
Yeah, from Gen X.
It has to be spelled like the way that we write it out. Like it's gonna be fire because on all of our clips, I'm having an idea right now. Because when all of our clips and stuff, we'll just have that in the middle. So we don't really have to like make a big thing that we change it. Like it's just a new name.
Okay, from Gen X to Z.
I like that.
Yeah.
Say it.
Oh, I thought I just did.
You didn't.
Oh, from Gen X to Z.
From Gen X to Z.